Hello YouTube. Well, this week in Ambridge it was Bank Holiday Monday at the start of the week, closely followed by April Fool's Day and then October half term. Happy Christmas. We began the week having toast with Roy and Phoebe. Roy was just getting the toast out of the tumble dryer when Phoebe announced she could now read Justin. "Look," she said, "it says on this bit of paper, 'I am coming to take all your money.' Ha ha ha." Justin and Phoebe had a meeting. Strange that the other two stooges are never there when Justin is. It's like watching a panther pick off the weakest gazelle. Anyway, you could tell the meeting was on site because Phoebe kept saying, "on site." Justin told her flatly that the three rewilding stooges scheme for developing the buildings was unrealistic. "Not if it works," said Phoebe cleverly. That's like saying unicorns are mythical, but not if they're real. Sherlock Tucker is slowly getting to the bottom of the Philip thing, really slowly, like a glacier. Roy went to visit Blake and he was gone. Amazing with a broken back. How the hell did they get him into a van? Or did they just hoist him into the back with a forklift, waving cheerily at the nursing staff the while? Philip then invited Helen and Roy round to discuss the wedding arrangements, and he made curried all sorts, as Custy put it. This proves what kind of an animal he is. Who curries all sorts? Linda is still being a bit of a grumpy pants. "I wish I could do something for Linda," Robert said. "You can, Robert. Stop doing things you think she would like and trotting around the village telling people that you just want to find out what she would like and actually do what she's telling you she would like. However, although she didn't want you to kick Philip Moss in the knackers, we did, so well done you." Lillian popped in to see her and they cackled away together. "Justin and I would fight like cats in a sack if we couldn't get away from each other," said Lillian thoughtfully. "Well, cat in a sack fighting season starts. Ooh, any day now, I should think, Lillian. We'll look forward to that." Linda brightened up considerably at the prospect of Mrs. Ellis coming to stay. Who is Mrs. Ellis? Janet Ellis from Blue Peter? I felt a bit bad that I'd never taken any notice of Mrs. Ellis before, as Linda is clearly very fond of her. I'm wondering if Linda's accident has prompted her to switch teams, you know. She only sounds pleased when Lillian or Mrs. Ellis is mentioned, and deeply unimpressed by all men. I hope I'm right. The life and loves of Linda the Leser would be far more interesting than whatever's happening at the moment. She'd be a proper 1970s unreconstructed lesbian too, doing exploring your sexuality sessions for the women of Ambridge. She'd have to put a sign up for poor Robert. "If the shepherd's huts are rocking, don't come a-knocking." Shula, in between worrying about her baps, is taking her mind off it by doing lots of exercise with her fat horses. "I am sticking very closely to Yakult's weight loss programme," she said. "I am only having a sack of oats for breakfast, lunch and dinner." Poor Krusty, the Job of Ambridge, to add insult to injury, is now having a hen night with Helen. Just Helen. "We can have fun, just the two of us," Helen reassured her. "I've got some jumpers that have gone bubbly." Shula bashed Kenton's bishop. She said he sounded like a bad imitation of Jim. Even a bad imitation of Jim is preferable to the actual Kenton. But anyway, they worked together to think about what the hell she could say to her babs. She said she was well organised and punctual. He said she was controlling and sensitive. At no point did either of them mention God. So off she trotted to some clerical hostel somewhere that smells of damp chips to have giggly midnight feasts of Wotsits and Jaffa cakes with an ex-welder called Cynthia who's seen the light. Shula emerged, traumatised, with her belongings in a little see-through bag, to find Kenton sitting on the doorstep, blinking in the morning sunshine. She was delighted as she said she couldn't face that train journey. Not entirely sure how she thought she was getting home in that case, as she got there by train. "You planning on living with the bishops forever, then, Shula, or what?" Not sure that counts as well organised, to be honest. Who knew that cricket was such a life-changing game? Well, apparently personality-changing anyway. For a start, I'd always kind of imagined Tracy as a sort of slightly rounded good-time girl in chunky heels, sort who wears tights under her jeans to pull everything in. Now she appears to be a sleek fitness monster, 20 Marlborough Lights a day notwithstanding. Lee was a slightly gormless but placid physiotherapist who's now become Windsor Davis in It Ain't Our Fault, Mum. Apparently on Tracy's instruction. I'm not sure he'd even have that much testosterone in him. Tracy's got way more. Anyway, it was all very baffling, as some lunatic had given Tracy a megaphone, and she sat in that shouting while Lee just worryingly shouted, "Pump, pump," over and over. It wasn't harassment style at all. He just sobs with gratitude if anyone turns up and gives everyone a kebab and a pint as a warm-up just to thank them. On the strength of this, Roman the idiot has persuaded Tracy to consider what he refers to as a coup d'etat. Once Tracy had grasped what a coup d'etat was, and that it wasn't a small animal that lives up a eucalyptus tree, she was all for it. So I have a horrible feeling we have months of cricketing wrangles coming up. Or do we? Hopefully. This will all happen off mic in the closed season, and we can come back just in time for bonfire night, when we'll have Eddie trundling round picking up bits of fence panelling in his tractor, Neil guarding the fireworks, and Emma shouting, "Be careful, Kira," and things will be normal, and there will still be honey for tea. Thank God for that. The end. Have a lovely week.
If you enjoyed watching Lucy V. Freeman give you loads of gossip about Ambridge, and I don't know why you would, I'm not a fan of gossip myself, then you can subscribe to this channel by clicking the button. That means you won't miss any more updates on what's going on. And you can also listen to Lucy Royfield and other The Archers listeners on Dumpty Dum, the weekly podcast. Don't tell anyone I said anything though, will you?